Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we start this lesson, I want to give an honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect that out there diligently pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, so as you see in the title of this lesson, DoD Directive 5240.01 could result in civil unrest. All right, now I done seen a couple brothers' videos going into this matter, you know. So and I came across the article in on naturalnews.com. Okay, and the article reads: Execution squads update to DoD directive expands military authority to use lethal force against American citizens. All right, now this is just a, you know, now granted this directive has been in effect for some time now. This is, you know, it's not new. However, you know, it has been updated. Okay, and the update it's throwing people off because of the fact that there is an update, you know, 6 weeks to a month prior to the election. Okay, and that update is to have the authority pretty much to use lethal force if necessary. Okay, now through the spirit you can see where that will lead up to, which ultimately is, you know, martial law. Okay, and with martial law comes civil unrest. Okay, and you know, people just out here, you know, getting buck wild. Okay, to the point where it's going to be a lot of people, a lot of death. Okay, a lot of bloodshed. All right, and you know, this is the times that we're in, man. Okay, we are living in some perilous times. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna get Salakia. Is it 1 Timothy? Let me just type it in. Okay, this is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days shall perilous time shall come. Okay, and that's what we're witnessing. All right, with this potential decree or this potential law. All right, legislation or whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's what that could result in, you know, some perilous time. So without further ado, I want to read a little bit of this article and bring out some scriptures along the way. All right, so starting it says on Natural News, it says with the election only a few weeks away, the Department of Defense has given the U.S. military authority to assist in domestic law enforcement, including giving them the right to use lethal force against American citizens under certain circumstances. It is developed that has largely gone under the radar despite of its very significant implication. It says the DoD Directive 5240.01 is not new, but it did just get an update last month that is rather convenient for those in charge and deeply upsetting to those who value constitutional rights. Jumping down, it says, perhaps one of the most worrying aspects of the update is its proximity to the election, with Americans headed to the polls in just 6 weeks. Concerns about election integrity are ramping up, and history has shown us that these concerns are more than justified. All right, so, you know, the fact that things are being updated last minute, okay, it brings concerns and worry, all right, to the American people. Okay, now ultimately, whoever is in office, or whoever, if we get to that point, okay, you have a tyranny, tyrannic leaders such as you know Trump, okay, who's big on the the death penalty. He may very well, in fact, be one of few that endorse, okay, the guillotine, all right, in which we know through the scriptures that as a part of the prophecy, there will be, all right, servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that that will be beheaded for the sake of this truth, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai's sake, okay. And then you have this female, okay, who's pretty much mocking Jake, saying if you don't vote for her, you're not black enough, or you even got the Obamas endorsing her, pretty much saying Barack Obama coming down on so-called black men, because he's over here trying to justify the fact as to why black men, okay, aren't voting for Kamala Harris, okay. And there's been speculation through the spirit, man, that she's really not even a Jake, man, okay, because she takes on that Hindu culture, all right, very, 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 near and dear to her, okay. You never hear her talking about her her so-called black side of the family, okay. Now, the only times you will ever hear her reference is when she say, she went to so-and-so university, HBCU, blah, 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 okay. And that's just, you got to understand something. Historically speaking, man, not everybody, okay, all the different nations, all right, have a different hue, a different color, okay. The only race of people, all right, that have been depleted of such, okay, are of Esau, originally speaking, okay. Even if you go back far enough, Moab and Ammon, okay, coming out of the loins of Lot, all right. Lot was an Israelite, okay. So Moab and Ammon even come from a so-called dark nationality or dark race, okay. And obviously over time and Esau sowing his seed amongst the heathen, so on and so forth, complexity and skin changes, okay. So just because Kamala Harris appears to have a relation towards so-called black people based off of her appearance and her color, she could very well, in fact, be a complete heathen, from the seed of Amalek, okay. Because you don't hear much about who you hear. You may hear that her father was a Benjamite or a Levite, right? But that's based off of his exterior, his appearance, okay. But go back to his father's, so on and so forth. That seed, that line could go back as far as Amalek, as far as Esau, and based off of her spirit and how she comes off, man, she could very well be an Edomite, So I digress. All right. But the point of the matter is, great persecution, okay, trials, all right, are around the corner, okay, contingent on an event of some sort that takes place, all right, that could enforce this here directive or this here mandate, okay. So I want to get Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 5, and it reads, "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation," okay. So the Assyrian is that rod that the Lord is going to use on behalf of that hypocritical nation. That hypocritical nation is the one, okay, that with their mouth, right? Salakia, let me get that real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. Now, who is that referring to? That's referring to the Israelites. Okay, Jake. You know, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, you know, that's that hypocritical nation. Okay, that will say, oh yeah, I know the Lord, or I trust in the Lord, or I'm a Christian, right? But yet living a life of complete sin and wickedness, man. You know, completely bugged out. Yep, this is the chapter prior, Isaiah 9 and 17. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For every one is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Okay, so even through this hypocritical nation, all right, you know, hey, the Lord is still extending his hand out. Okay, he's still, in the way he's doing so, it's quite obvious. All right, because you got the men of the Lord still going out to the highways and the hedges, man. Okay, warning the people. The moment that the Lord removes his prophets and removes his men from out there teaching, okay, is the moment that the Lord's hand is being withdrawn. Okay, because as long as the men are out there giving warning and letting the people standing upon their watchtowers, okay, sounding the alarm, blowing the trumpet, warning you, okay, that's the Lord showing forth his mercy. Okay, that's the Lord showing forth, you know, showing his grace. Okay, but all that's about to come to a complete halt in the very near future, right? So let's continue in Isaiah 10 and verse 6, and it says, and I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like mire in the streets. Okay, because they're going to try to come down on us, man. All right, essentially they're coming after the elect. Okay, but as a whole, all right, they're going to come after all of Israel. All right, and history speaks for itself. Okay, you go back in the archives, you go back in the historical evidence. Okay, this is something that they've always pursued us, man. They've always had that perpetual hatred towards us, pursuant to what's that? Ezekiel 35, if I'm not mistaken, Genesis 27. Okay, they're always trying to pursue and come after the righteous, man. Okay, those who possess the blessings, the inheritance, the promise, the covenant. Okay, so it only makes sense for them to try to come down with that great wrath, man. And this is the Lord stirring up the hearts of these kings. Okay, he's stirring up the hearts of man. Okay, in the form of war, preparing and getting people ready for war, to fight. Because that's the times that we're coming into. Okay, real quick, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. And it reads in verse 8, it says, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. Well, so let me start at verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, right? So everything has a time and a place and a purpose, right? Verse 8 again, a time to love, which right now is the love is withdrawing itself, man. Okay, love is withdrawing itself from the earth. Now the Lord he still loves his people. That's the only reason why he has his men of the Lord out there doing the work. Okay, teaching, giving warning. That's love. That's love from the Lord, right? It says a time to hate. A time, and we're seeing that, man. You seeing hate, you know, from all forms. Okay, now you see hate on the right hand side and you see it on the left. Okay, on the left hand side, obviously you won't have, because under the curses, you know your brother, you see another brother, you see another Jake. Okay. Why they still eyeing us down, mugging us for what? You know what I'm saying? I know, for instance, I'll be in the gym minding my own business, and I see another Jake or another Jake. I'll like, nod my head, and they'll just, you know, just mug you for no reason, like you competition to them, right? That's how sick it is, man. You know, our people hate each other. Okay. One thing we do though is we love the elect. All right, we love the hopeful elect. You know, we love the brotherhood. We love those who are embedded deep into this word, into this truth. Okay, under the umbrella of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's who we love. Right? It says a time to hate and a time of war and a time of peace. Now, right now, we're in a time of war, and the Lord is stirring up the spirit of people in this earth in towards war, gearing up, people getting ready, man. So, geopolitically speaking, okay, domestically speaking, civil war amongst the people, okay, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, even realm against realm. It talks about that in the Apocrypha. Let me get that real quick. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 28. And that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing of him destroyed by the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Now, this is talking about the return of Yahushua. It says, verse 29, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Okay, so it's going to get to a point where you're going to have realms fighting amongst each other. Okay, that's how you know we're in a time of war, man. Okay, you're seeing sightings throughout the earth, man. All right, and with these devices nowadays, people can record. Okay, you can record. There was a sighting, I believe it was in New York, over in the city, and you had one Jake recording it, and it was visible, clear as day. Okay. Now you don't see the mechanics. You don't see how the angels, okay, or the brothers, really, because they're our brothers. But you don't see how the angels, are orchestrating things in the chariots, right? Because everything that's being done is all spiritually speaking. Okay. Everything is spiritual, just like how in Job, I think it's 15 or 33 and 15. If I can't remember exactly where it talks about when you sleep, and they seal your instructions upon your bed or while you sleep, you may not, you be asleep and it be a chariot over your home, sending you messages as to what you're going to do for the next day, so these angels out here are putting spirits on people, man, getting people in the spirit to get ready to fight. Okay. Yeah, we're at a spiritual fight right now, but soon enough, okay, when this legislation or this potential directive, takes root, it will turn physical. Hey, Tawadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatham. To those tuning in, the brother just posted Job 33 and 15. Yeah, that was the one I was referring to. All right. And it says, in a dream and a vision, the night when deep sleep falleth upon men, and the slumberings upon the bed, then he opened up the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. That's right. So that's how these angels are operating. All right. So to get back to the scriptures, Isaiah 10 and verse 6, again, I will send him against an hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take spoil and to take their prey and to tread them down like mire in the streets. Okay, because these devils know that their time is coming to an end. All the prophecies are coming to play. All right, you got to understand, man, these elites, they have council meetings, they have meetings, and they get together. All right, and they in their thinking tanks, all right, in their offices, in these big old, they have these secret meetings. Okay, and you have somebody like who represents the the religious aspect of how the wickedness of this world is being, orchestrated. Okay, say you have, the the financial, the industrial, the religious. You got, all these different sectors, right? Well, you get somebody, a representative from the religious standpoint, more than likely someone that's attached or associated with the Vatican or the Pope of some sort, and then they'll brief them of certain prophecies, okay, that are taking place. Okay, so these elites, they may not necessarily know the ins and outs of these scriptures. They may know our identities. They know our identities. They know who we are. They know who they are. They know who these other nations are, right? But as far as prophecy, they're probably getting that from an outside source, So people rep from the Pope or from the Vatican is pretty much saying, well, the minute the prophets are back, okay, they're chanting down there's the downfall of America, of Babylon. Okay, so as they're briefing them, they're making these executive decisions, okay, in their thinking takes to try to see how they can overthrow us, man. How they can try to keep us at bay, and so that they continue to stand upon us, man. All right, but with needless to say, they know that things are speeding up and things are not moving in the direction that they wanted to. So that's why they're going to try to come down with that great wrath, man. And as a result of that, you're going to have, they're going to try to come after the blameless. Okay, all for doing what? For standing boldly for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? This is the book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, in verse 10, and it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Okay, you got to be willing to die for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, if that means, you may have to go to concentration camp, right? They may have to put you through some kind of torture chamber, okay, to get you to blaspheme the Lord or whatever they try to get you to do. All right, you got to be willing to you got to be faithful unto death. Okay, and the Lord is going to put a certain spirit upon you to be able to deal with such adversities, man. Okay, just as he's done every time of every second of our day, or everything that goes that's not conducive to how we want things to turn out. Right? Because we have our plans, but is that aligning with Yahweh Shem Yahushai's purpose for us? You see? But you got to know and understand and trust that the Lord got you, man. Okay? But this is what they're going to try to do, man. Try to throw brothers into prisons. They're going to try to get you to squeal and snitch. Where your fellow Israelites, where your so-called brothers. Where are they located? You give us, their location and we'll set you free. They'll say shit like that. Okay. They'll always try to use Jake against Jake. All right. To lessen their sentence or to lessen. You see it all the time with all these, you get Jake, get hemmed up on some charge, drug, weapon charge or something, and it'd be 2 or more in the area or in the vicinity, somebody snitching on somebody to try to reduce their sentence. Okay, so that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try every CIA tactic, any ultra, what is it? Mind control. What is it? Something, mind control tactics. Okay, you got to understand these are studied, proven strategies and tactics that they use in war, times of war, World War I, World War II. Okay, the CIA has perfected these things to the point where they can try to get you bugged out. Okay, get you to say certain things that you don't even mean, right? Okay, what is it? Some mind ultra? I don't remember. Something mind control. But that's what these devils do, man. you know? So real quick, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 70. It says, fear, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, now this is what's going to eventually come to, okay, with this whole directive. Okay, now you got, people that are, going against, the medical advice, okay, from the, what is that, the International Health, I can't remember the acronym, but, that pretty much stands against Esau's medical advice, right? Those who didn't take the C-19 jab, who weren't as compliant, all right, who put in that religious exemption for their job, okay? You don't think they're tracking us, man? So they know exactly who their primary target is, man, and that's really the men of the Lord, okay? We're going to be the ones that are so-called terrorist, if you get what I'm saying, okay? It says further down in the article, it says those who question the pandemic origins and vaccine efficacy are now considered a domestic terrorist. You see? So who were the main ones that were speaking against getting that jab? Who were the main ones, that were against, getting the jab just so you can keep your job, right? Because ultimately, the Lord still got us, man, right? Look, we still didn't get it. Yes, maybe some brothers didn't, maybe got let off from their job, but hey, the Lord still, he rose them back up, lifted them back up, got them back on their feet. Or on the other hand, the Lord allowed it for us to keep our jobs. And in my case, the Lord allowed me to keep my job, at the time. So it was, and the Lord looked out. Okay. So no matter which way you look at it, you can't be scared of these devils, man. You can't be afraid of what they're going to try to bring or what they're going to try to do. You ultimately got to just sit back and let the Lord work, man. All right. To keep it simple, keep it plain. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be the main, they're going to have to put a face to these, so-called terrorists, and the face of them, okay, is going to be Jake, primarily those of the elect, the hopeful elect. Okay. So going back to 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 70 again, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, coming after the elect, right? It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Then you're going to know who the elect are, man. When they're hunting you down, putting out a warrant out for your arrest, all because you taught the scripture or you taught the Bible, okay? Or even if just by watching these videos, you're on some kind of list, okay? If I'm not mistaken, no, I'm not mistaken, but this was probably like what, 3 years ago? About 3 years ago, I went and got me a subscription for to do the background check, right? And I plugged in my name, my government name. I plug it in and it says that under some kind of section, pretty much we're being watched, for lack of a better explanation. And you're on a list. We're legit on a list. And I can vouch for that 100%. Even though I have a clean record, never been arrested, right? I've gotten maybe, and I don't even know, because I can't even remember if I ever did, but I've never even had a ticket. You know what I'm saying? So for someone who has is to be on such a list, they have to be looking at other things, other means to try to trap, okay, the men of the Lord. So they watch our videos, man, okay, and they know who watch our videos, okay. So don't be surprised if they try to come down, knocking on your door, hunting you down, got a warrant out for your arrest, okay, got your face posted on the news or on a billboard or something, okay? Or they come knocking at your door, knocking at your family's door, your parents, the girl they used to deal with 6 months ago, right? And everybody's blowing you up. Where you at? So-and-so's looking for you. This person's looking for you, right? What are you going to do? You know? That's why it talks about that we may have to be as pilgrims upon the earth, man. We may have to be, running on the run. You know? Who knows, man? Okay? But the point of it is, it says, then that should be known who are my chosen, and that should be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. Okay? So, it says, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So the Lord got us, man, no matter which way you look at it. Okay? The Lord got us, man. And that's when faith really, really kicks in, man. When your back is up against the wall, okay, and you're outside of your comfort zone. Okay? Because when it's easy when you're in a position of being comfortable, okay, that you put off certain things that are important in terms of, the ministry, in terms of the Lord, and just our day-to-day walk. Okay, when you're living lavish, when you're comfortable and you sitting back chilling, right? You better guarantee that something is brewing, something is coming. The Lord he'll give us a season of which we can have that comfort, all right, and we can sit back and just enjoy and just take a deep breath for a second, decompress. But just know soon enough, man, that those trials and those tribulations is going to come right back, man, because ultimately the Lord is refining us. The Lord is trying us, okay? And we're being made into gold, okay? Really, we're getting to the point where, the Lord is detaching us completely from Babylon, okay? We're being detached. Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, So you may be trying to put your time and your efforts into something outside of this truth more than you are putting it towards the truth. Okay. And the Lord is going to humble you, man. Okay. He's going to bring you back until this is where you belong. Okay. But ultimately the Lord is trying us and he's preparing us, and we're being fashioned and being made and molded into gold, man. Okay. This is the book of Psalms chapter 125. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. All right. Psalms chapter 125 and verse 3. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. Okay. Who is the rod of the wicked? Right. As we just read in Isaiah 10 chapter, the Assyrians, the modern day Babylonians, Esau. Right. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. So it gives you a response to your action, or what is there's a saying. I forget what the saying is, what it actually says, but needless to say, the point of the matter is, as long as you continue to put forth your hand towards iniquity and continue to live a life of sin, okay, and putting this truth or putting the Lord by the wayside, hey man, the rod of the wicked, which is the Lord's judgment, okay. So like, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the light of the righteous. That indignation and that wrath is going to come upon you unless you repent. Verse 4, it says, do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts, which upright in their minds. Okay. Doing their striving for perfection, striving to be like Yahweh Shai, striving for the mastery, striving for doing everything that you can, okay, to serve the Lord. All right. But it says, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous. So ultimately, the rod as it spoke of in Isaiah, the 10th chapter, okay, is not going to come upon the righteous. It's not going to come upon the elect. Okay? And you have to understand and know, once again, as we just read in 2 Ezra 16, hey, the Lord got us, man. It says the Lord, he will deliver you from the same. All right? These are the times that we're coming into. Martial law. Okay? You know, them closing down these stores, using Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Costco as little hubs or little satellite, you know, camps. Okay? That's what's coming, man. Psalms chapter 140. And at the start at the top, it says, deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. Okay? They're always in the spirit of war and how they can try to come down onto Jake. Okay? And in this case, they make it a broad statement, American citizens. Okay? American citizens. But really, we know it's not for everybody. He's not targeting everybody. I mean, he is in a sense because he doesn't necessarily know who the Israelites are per se, right? Because we're mingled in, and it's spiritual. It's through your bloodline. It's not based off of physicalities, you know. So yeah, they're gonna try to come down on everybody, all right, who opposes, you know, their agenda, okay. But ultimately, their main goal is targeted towards the elect, the Israelites, the 144,000, the 1/3, the remnant, okay. Those who have put their faith in a power other than them. You see, they want you to trust them for the want of all things. They want you to trust in them for everything, making them your God. Okay? But the moment you honor the one true power, the one true God who created the heavens and the earth, right? Now you're considered a national security threat. Okay? Verse 3, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Salah. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who had purpose to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me, and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Salah. Okay? You know, they always are trying to find ways to overthrow our goings and try to cause us to stumble, to cause us to fall. All right. And lastly, this is the book of Romans chapter 14. Romans chapter 14 and verse 7. For none of us liveth to himself, and no man dieth to himself. For whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord's. Okay? So no matter which way you look at it, man, no matter what Esau tries to throw at us, okay? If we either live for Yahweh Shem Yahshai or die for Yahweh Shem Yahshai, either way, we are the Lord's, man. Okay? We're of the Lord's. Therefore, the Lord is going to watch and preserve us, man. Okay? And to make sure that, you know, that we're not harmed, okay? In a way that's or that will compromise our faith. Okay? Verse 17, or it's like John chapter 17 and verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. I pray for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. It's talking about the elect. It says, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world. Talking about the elect. And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name those who thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. You know? So no matter what Esau is going to try to throw at us, or whatever scenario we're placed in or situation, it's once again, and I can't express this enough. I say it oftentimes, but nothing gets by the Lord. All right. And what I mean by that is anything that's presented at you or directed at you, something happened to you, okay, whether good or bad, it couldn't have been done unless it had gone through the Lord first. The Lord had been the one to sign off on it. The Lord is the one to approve it. He allowed it to happen to us, man. So if the Lord allows something to happen to us, just as equal as he, just as much as he can allow it, it's just as easy enough for him to take it away. Okay. So with that being said, where does your trust lie? Where does your faith lie? In man, or the one who allowed man and authorized man to do X, Y, and Z? Okay. So that was pretty much it for this lesson. Okay, Lord willing, it was edifying, exhorting through the Spirit. Okay, and so with that, I want to end it by giving all the honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are out there diligently pushing the word of truth and sincerity at the four corners of the earth. And until next time, Shalom.